Alright, hi again. And I've been asked to do a tutorial on some of the new medias that are in Howler 2020. And I haven't really planned anything out, so I think I'll just dive in cold turkey into maybe a watercolor painting or something. And just off the top of my head, I'm thinking I got bunny rabbits on my brain lately, so maybe a hill where a bunny rabbit would live or something. So I'm just going to grab something that looks a little bit like a pencil. I don't know, start maybe blocking out a hill of some sort. Maybe some kind of path. I don't know, I'm just gonna wing it. And maybe some trees at the top of the hill. And some mountains in the background, maybe some trees here. Okay, no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna want to put some clouds in there, that kind of stuff. Don't really want to go too much on my quick something or other here. Just keep a very simple, let's see, thing like that. I'm going to add a layer, and I don't know what I'll do, but we'll probably go to watercolors. And there we go. Whoops. Something weird happened there. It's a little touchy with this tablet. I don't know. Not a lot of... I think it's because I have my hand physically on the tablet. Why it's acting all funny. Okay, so I'll stop doing that. And we'll go from there. Let's see. What are we going to do today? Everything brush. Not sure what that's going to look like. I want to put in some kind of sky, maybe. Not in love with that. Let's see. It's got to be something worthwhile here. One of these roll brushes, maybe. That'll work. Okay. Just block out some of this. Since this is watercolor, I'm going to want to fade in some of this stuff like this, maybe. Just kind of grabbing it and blending it. Okay. Oops. What just happened there? And so forth and so on. Alright, so I'll probably have a little unused area out towards the outside of my screen. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Get another layer. Or actually, maybe we want some clouds in this one. One trick with clouds is if you use the regular drawing, it kind of blends. But if you use the erasing mode, if your tablet has an eraser, go ahead and use that. If not, just press caps lock, and that'll be the same as painting with the right mouse button. And that basically uses the backdrop color, which I have as white. And then it turns off all the blending and everything, so it's just an eraser, basically. And we're able to just drop in some clouds here. And it's kind of like just taking a paper towel and sopping up that paint that's on there. Now I'm going to hit that caps lock again, turn that off. And now we can use that blending. Even though I have white selected, you can see it's blending, it's working as kind of a blender. That's because of the setting here, bleed. And depending how much of that you have selected is how much of that you get. Okay, so lots of stuff you can do with this. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. As a watercolor, you want to you don't want to overwork it. It's just wet, this wet medium that you just want to kind of look like you just kind of threw it on there. So that's basically that. Alright, so there's a good way to do clouds, I think. Alright, and the thing about watercolors is you tend to add layers of color. So let's add maybe a little, I don't know, some pink or something in here for no particular reason. or maybe some purple, some magenta. How about some rose madder? This is on a new layer. I'm going to add some rose madder right in there and do it just like that, kind of turning that that greenish color into a kind of a bluish color. I'm going to go to white and just start blending that, blending it, and so forth and so on. All right, so there's that. A lot more we can do with that. But let's start working on our foreground now. The thing about watercolors is they're not opaque, they're translucent. So every brushstroke you make, you can see what's underneath it, basically. You can see how the painting was created, and basically without, basically just by looking at the painting, you can see how the painting was created. So let's go and, I'm not sure what. Maybe I'll block in this mountain next and see how that goes. Not sure what I'll use for that. Random strokes, no. Real sponge, no. Might be interesting. Textured. Let's see how that goes for us. Want a new layer. Kind of a purplish color. Start dropping that in. It's interesting, but it's not really what I need. Interesting, though. Let's see. See if we can do something better than that. Okay, that'll have to work. And I want some green in here. Somewhere on there, I just want some red where the sun's going down and it's hitting our mountain or a hill, and you just see that little bit of red in there. So let's leave a couple of white spots there for now. Go ahead and blend in some other colors here. You can blend some, and later you can go ahead and add another layer on top of that, and it'll be getting that much darker because you're adding layers together. It's like you let the watercolors dry and then you start painting on top of them yet again. So that's one thing you can do that's kind of nice with Howler, to do something that's very similar to what you would do in watercolors. I want to add some texture to this too, so let's go ahead and grab, well, I got a little bit more to do before we get there. We'll see. Let's see. One more layer. I'm going to add that orange I was threatening to put in there. Maybe a little yellow on top of that. We'll see. Blend a little yellow in there. You can either blend it in there, or we could just go ahead and add it on top of another layer. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. So, all right, so there's our hill. Might want to get it a little darker yet. Add something. A little more, I don't know, a little more rose purple color. There we go. Well, that's one of those brushes that runs out of paint. Okay, so getting close to where we're going to start adding some detail to this. Now we need to kind of block in what we want here, where these trees. We'll come back and add detail to them later. I'm not sure where my path went. Let's just merge all this. I'm feeling dangerous. Go ahead and kind of, I need an opaque brush for this for a moment. See, I think if I use that caps lock, I should be able to get opaque. Maybe not. Let's see. If I turn off effects, I will. There we go. So I'll go ahead and drop that. Kind of like we had a mask in here, or a frisket on here, and we just kind of left this white spot that we can color later. Might add a little white in here where this hill is, and we can come back and color that a little bit later too.